Okay, so this is going to be my best attempt at a spoiler-free review, my thoughts on Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Shut up, you don't think Ryan is famous?
Cousin Ryan.
You gotta...
Hey, what's up, YouTube friends and family? It's Cousin Ryan, and I'm super excited tonight because I'm about to watch Bill and Ted Face the Music, the third entry into the Bill and Ted universe. And I just wanted to film some thoughts real quick before I watch the movie on some expectations and just what I think of all this. First of all, this is the first new movie that I've watched on demand, and it's a little bit strange to be this excited about a movie that we're not going to a movie theater to see. I'm just going to watch it from the comfort of my couch, so I'm both excited and a little disappointed because this was going to be one of those like really fun guys night out type movies. So that will be interesting. I've rewatched both Bill and Ted's, still love the first one, and still just don't get into the second one. It's got its moments, but I've mentioned before, as a kid, I asked my mom if we could leave the theater early. That's one of the few, if not only, movies I've ever wanted to leave early as a kid. And it's still pretty bad, but it's got redeeming qualities because it's so bad and absurd that it's like, okay, well, I can sort of forgive this, but it's still not something I want to rewatch over and over again. One thing I think is interesting is it doesn't quite follow the same formula as the first movie, which I think should be good when it comes to a comedy. I know Ghostbusters 2 gets a lot of heat for following the same formula as the first movie. However, with Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, it didn't follow the same formula, and it still wasn't, that wasn't the secret to success by following a new formula. But anyway, I think that's it. I think that's all I want to say before I go watch it. Yeah, this is going to be cool. I'm kind of excited right now. Anyway, I'll be back in a little bit.
So here we go. Like I said, I'm going to try and keep this as spoiler-free as possible. I know everybody has their own opinions on what constitutes a spoiler, but I'm going to try to keep it as spoiler-free as possible. I am going to give something away at the end regarding the soundtrack, but I will give plenty of warning for you to shut my video off or mute it, skip past, listen, whatever. But I actually really liked Bill and Ted Face the Music. And if you don't like it, I'm really sorry you don't like it, because you should be able to enjoy something like this. It hit my expectations for being better than Bogus Journey, but nothing was going to recapture the magic of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. You just can't do it. Like, there's no possible way that you could ever recapture that Bill and Ted magic from the first movie. But this one was a lot of fun. I felt like Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves just stepped right back into those roles. It wasn't like they had trouble finding Ted Theodore Logan and Bill S. Preston Esquire. They just stepped right back into the roles. It was a lot of fun. Paid tons of respect to the first movie. Like I had said, I thought Bogus Journey took a different formula. This one took a different formula, but it had similarities to the original one, and I feel like that's what made it work. And again, it's just mindless fun. Do not expect this to be life-changing. It's just a great escape for an hour and a half. I had some other thoughts. Hang on. Oh, and just real quick, we haven't done a drive home from the theater movie review in forever, so that's why I'm in my truck. I just thought, I watched it at home. I didn't need to drive home, but I kind of miss doing these car videos, so I thought this would be fun. Just jump in the truck and talk about Bill and Ted for a minute. So let's see, back to the movie. Yeah, it took enough inspiration from the first movie and what made the first movie work, and I think they used it in this one. It was great to see all the characters again. What else did I really like about it? Like I said, I felt like they nailed the older versions of themselves. Like, they were obviously older, but they still felt like the same character. I'll give you an example of where that didn't work, and I thought, all other flaws aside, Blues Brothers 2000, I didn't feel like Dan Aykroyd nailed an older Elwood Blues. I felt like Dan Aykroyd was doing a, sorry Dan, I love you, but it was a poor impersonation of Elwood Blues. It just didn't feel like the character that had evolved. And not that Bill and Ted have evolved in this movie, but they were older versions of exactly who you would have expected them to be at this point in their life. And I really enjoy these like decades later sequels where we get to see these characters we loved and grew up with at a different stage in their life. Like, I really thought it was well done as far as this goes. And like I said, it's not life-changing. If you end up hating it, I'm sorry. I really am. I wish you could have enjoyed it, because you should be able to enjoy it. Just let go of like, oh, it needed to be this, or it was stupid and all that. No. Just let that go and have fun with it, because clearly these guys had fun making this movie. I want to talk a little bit though about the on-demand at-home experience. I think this movie would have been much more enjoyable in a theater with a group of friends. I mean, again, you could have a group of friends over and watch the movie, but I feel like my viewing experience, and this is just personal for me, suffered from just sitting at home watching it on the couch in the recliner or whatever. It didn't feel like a movie. It wasn't the movie experience, and I know for some people that doesn't matter. That's just for me personally. But I hope we can get back to the theaters soon. It doesn't look like it's going to be soon enough, but I really hope, like by March, when Ghostbusters Afterlife is supposed to come out, we'll be able to get back in the movie theaters. But other than that, that's really all I have to say. I mean, I don't know. There's really not much else to say about it. It was a Bill and Ted movie. I think it fit into the universe perfectly. Again, not as good as Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but much better than Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. This at least had a more understandable, cohesive story. And okay, I'm gonna give a spoiler right now regarding the soundtrack. I don't consider this a major spoiler, but it's something I was disappointed with. So here we go. The song In Time by Robbie Robb was not in Bill and Ted Face the Music, and I feel like that song itself was an important character of the first movie, and I really wanted to hear it or an updated version of it in Bill and Ted Face the Music. I was hoping that would have been the song that saved the world, and they had already heard it in the first movie. But anyway, that aside, not a big deal. That would have just tugged at that nostalgic heartstring for me a little bit more. But other than that, like I said, I really enjoyed Bill and Ted Face the Music. I don't think it'll make you a fan of the franchise if you're not already, but if you already love Bill and Ted, there's no reason you shouldn't enjoy this. And if you don't enjoy it, then there's something wrong with you. No, just kidding. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't have to enjoy it if you don't want to. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I did. And I'm going to watch it again in the near future for sure. So with that, it's getting late. I'm going to say, hope you guys have a good weekend. You're having a good Friday night. And if you've seen Bill and Ted Face the Music, please let me know down in the comments what you think. And until the next video, I'm going to say, see you later. Actually, the next video, Joel and I have a cereal review in the morning. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, this is Cousin Ryan saying I loved Bill and Ted Face the Music. And good night. Hey, Ryan, you really won a lot of stuff there. What'd that cost?